So I know that you're not really from D.C., but now we're adopting you.
What is it about the D.C. area in poker?
Yeah, we were talking about it during the break. Like the Dang brothers, you mentioned Genius. Phil Gaffand has ties here. Eric Lou's mother lives here. Of course, you have Steve Daneman, Lee Childs.
Is it Final Table, the main event?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, I can't really pinpoint one factor that would lead D.C. to have good poker players. It's not like there's a huge live poker scene out here, but...
Right.
Do you know of, like cool, fairly high-stakes underground games here in D.C.?
I haven't found any. I've heard that there's some in Baltimore.
Really?
But
I've heard of one in a very, very famous location here in D.C. with, like, steel doors, cameras, the whole nine. You could go in there and clean up. It would be the perfect game. Well, you do have to have the invite. But they invited me, and I'll just say I'll bring my buddy...
Cole?
Keith or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
No, have you ever played in like an underground high-stakes game where actually you were a little bit nervous? Like you're like, you know what, this is actually kind of shady.
no, my only live poker experience has been in Vegas, and I really like live poker. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
You get to meet interesting people, especially at your average high-stakes live poker game. There's always interesting and successful people of all types there. So.
Right. But you grew up online. I mean, let's be honest, you're 21 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's 21. Okay, I just want you to ponder that for a moment.
And Matt Valdez told us that he rolled up in his Escalade,
right,
and he left the Bentley at home. Is that
right.
correct?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm so bitter about that. I wanted to do like a pimp my ride thing with the Bentley.
I have the Explorer here and nothing at home.
but you're 21, so you grew up in the online scene, and again, you haven't been doing it this long. When did you first start playing? We got to get into the Cole South story and how it all began for you. I'm guessing high school, with some high school buddies?
No, it was actually started in college.
In college? So like 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God. All right, go ahead. So you started college, what, freshman year?
This was actually sophomore year of college. I was living in a house with 8 buddies, and we would sometimes play a $20 buy-in home game.
Right.
And...
Now, was it tournament or cash?
No, I think we were playing a cash game at that point.
You were?
Really,
well, that was good.
Peanut Stakes cash game. It was
right.
a lot of fun.
Right.
Everybody had a great time. I always did pretty well, but not exceptionally well. I don't think I was the best player in the game even.
Did you know what you were doing? I mean, you knew, like,
no
flush
idea.
beats a straight?
Yeah, I knew the rules. And
right.
I guess I could point out basic plays that other people were doing that were, like, clearly bad. You know, like sticking in half their stack pre-flop with 8-6 offsuit and stuff.
Right.
I, knew not to do that.
Well, how did you even know that, though? Just from common sense, or had you read something?
Yeah, I was a math major, so it was kind of try to do some of the odds in my head.
He went to William and Mary, and
right.
like the Dang brothers with UVA. I mean,
right.
There's definitely a
that's
correlation.
Because I've actually been playing poker for a lot longer than you, and I've made about 1/1,000,000th of what. No, that's not even true. I mean, that's like nothing compared to what you've done. I think, is it the math that separates you? Or is it a combination of...
I'd say memory is huge.
Memory?
I've got a really good memory, and I played millions of hands of poker, and can pretty quickly, if I'm playing a specific player in a heads-up match, for example, remember how he plays his flush draws, so just picking out those hands from my memory, the big hands we played in the past.
So you don't even need notes? Or you just need maybe a note to jog your memory?
Yeah, I try to take notes, but I find myself not using them as often as I should, probably.
Right. All right, so you're playing a $20 game with buddies, and you're kind of doing okay there. What's next?
I threw $50 onto Party Poker.
All right.
And at that point, that was my beer money for weeks. It was huge. And I ran it up to like $400, and obviously that's the next logical decision to sit at 30-60 limit, because that's the min buy there.
Right.
Bust to it in like 10 hands.
Right.
And it's like devastated. I mean, it's a ton of money to me at the time. And I guess I decided I wanted to give it one more try, so I went to the library and like checked out Sklansky's poker books and tried to learn a little bit about the game, and found some poker websites that I learned some from.
Right. What sites? Did you just 2+2 and
yeah, I think it was almost all 2+2. I never really read much Pocket Fives because I was never into tournaments.
Right.
All cash.
And I'm guessing Card Runners wasn't around at that time yet, was it? Or was it just starting?
I think they were around, but the site was much smaller and not as popular.
Right.
But then I got like $200 for Christmas that year.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to put 150 of it online. If I bust this, I'm completely done.
The greatest investment of all time.
Well,
the greatest. So Matt Valdez, our intern, is just screaming. Do you want to say something?
Yeah.
Pot him up so our intern can say something.